Hey YouTube, how you doing? It's me, Kelly. Um, Setting aside some time to share with you once again my work life. Um, Here I am in my office right now. So it's spacious. Coffee pot, little fridge going on right there. Oh, I had something in my mouth. Probably a flaxseed for my protein shake I just drank. But office is pretty spacious. Try to keep this area clean and as hygienic as possible, so I can, entertain my uh, tenants when they come down to visit me. Or sometimes I have case managers from different programs come through and check on clients or tenants. They're tenants for me here, but clients for them, depending on what program that they work from. But work is work. Today's the first day back, for 2025. I would like to hope that things are going to be different this year. But you have to wait and see how things work out. You have a new presidential administration coming in, and it's always a concern when it comes to someone who talks about cuts, because budget cuts always affect social services first. So we have to play it out and see how things are gonna move forward. And I just hope that my tenants continue to receive the support that they currently have, and I look to find them other services that they need as well. So again, most of my tenants are pretty complacent, comfortable, which is not always a great thing. So I'm hoping that maybe it's kind of like, create an environment that's more, that's where they can really gain and benefit from, and move some more people out of this congregate living environment to maybe a permanent support environment where they would have more space and live not so much in a community, but more like scatter site environment. So I would like the opportunity to do that. I supported one of our tenants toward the end of last year with achieving that goal, and my case manager and I can't take full credit, but as a team, we did what we had to do. We encouraged and motivated him. I physically assisted him by taking him to the appointments, something new for him. So the emotional support was great. He did a great job in the interview, and then I think like 2 days after that, he had a viewing, and the apartment was great. And then like the 2 days after that, excuse me, he was accepted into the program, and he moved out the following week. So things moved kind of quickly for him, and that really stirred him up. I really made things uncomfortable for him, but I like to, encouraged him by saying, hey, just because we're comfortable, doesn't mean that we can't make changes. Sometimes being comfortable is a deterrent, and doesn't equip us with the things that we need to kind of like move forward. So it's okay to be uncomfortable. Uncomfortability is challenging but beneficial in the end, and stuff like that. So so those are just some of the things that I kind of like to share with my community, with my tenants, in an effort to try to help them to see the benefits of challenging themselves. So I hope I have the opportunity to do that again, several times this year, and just hold them on. So this is permanent housing. Permanent congregate housing is what it's called. However, it's just my opinion that the spaces are pretty much too small to be permanent housing. So I showed you my space. I'll show it to you again. This is my office, and this is not a unit, because I don't have a bathroom in this office. But if I had a bathroom in this office, I did have the cooking facility, because the cooking facilities are small. It's like a little 2-burner section with a microwave, a small sink, 2 cabinets on the bottom, another 2 or 3 on the top, and then a 3-piece bathroom, of course. So I don't have the bathroom in here, but this space would be large enough to accommodate the kitchen arrangement as I just described. But even that being said, it's still for an adult, who may have children, adult children, or even grandchildren. They may, may require more space, to entertain those sort of guests. And speaking of which, this particular program does not permit children. So if you have young grandchildren, they can't visit and stuff like that. So for those of my tenants who want those sort of things, who aspire to, build on those relationships with their grandchildren, things like that, it would be something that they would have to consider, moving out of this environment into one that, that benefits that sort of those goals, building on your family relationships, especially with your young children, young grandchildren. So that being said, it's just in my opinion that is, although this beats the shelter system, only because you have your own space, it's still, to call this home, I guess it's okay with most people, and no judgment. Again, I pride myself in no judgment, but I like to inspire people to look for more also, especially if it's available. Okay, so scattered site housing is a unit, it's an apartment. So you have a bedroom, you have a living room, you have a kitchen, you have a bathroom. So you have 4 rooms and stuff like that, opposed to one room that accommodates all 3 of those, all 4 of those things. Kitchen, bathroom. You don't have a living room, so it's 3 of those things. So that's pretty much what I hope for this year. We have some facility concerns that we hope to work on this year as well. And hopefully, if a lot gets done this winter, I can incorporate things like outings and barbecues and things that like that for the tenants here. We do have the space to do that. It's just a matter of getting the exterior, some of the courtyards that we have available to us set up, and we got to pull weeds, we got to power wash the sidewalks and tables and stuff like that, and get those sort of things set up. And I look forward to begging for some money, and so we can provide those sort of events for our tenants. So prior to working here in Congregate Permanent Housing, I was a site director for transitional housing, and the difference between the two is permanent, transitional. Although this is kind of transitional, is on paper is permanent. But the transitional facility I worked at was also different in the sense where I worked with a lot of men, and particularly all men, who were transitioning from prison. So a lot of people, everyone that came through had some sort of were impacted by the justice system somehow, and at some point in their lives. But a lot of times we had men who were transitioning from state maximum security prisons that had to finish parole in New York State, and they would come to transitional housing. That was a very rewarding opportunity, because that, again, like I shared with you in my first video, I really enjoy helping people and supporting them. So it was really nice to see men come from the facilities in and around New York City, and haven't been down for 10, 15, 20, maybe sometimes even 30 years, and not be as familiar, of course, with anything technical, cell phones and emails and things of that nature. So the other place where I worked at had a lot of programs to help in that sense, and I had opportunities as well to help those men get back on their feet. So that job was extremely rewarding. Because I had 6 months to help those men transition from the facility where they were with me to a more permanent housing environment. Sometimes that was supportive housing, sometimes that was congregate housing, and oftentimes it was supportive scatter site housing. So scatter site housing just means it's like they're a program is still connected to those apartments. It's just may not be in one facility or one building. They could be in different buildings or a private landlord, things like that. So it was extremely rewarding having the opportunity to work with those men to get on with the next phase of their lives. So I love that job. A lot. I love that job. You're probably asking why I'm not there. That's another story, but we'll see. You never know what the future holds. You may have an opportunity to rejoin the housing program for that agency. But for the most part, today my day will probably be filled with being as the first of this year that I'm back, 2025. I will embark upon my first year anniversary in June here with this agency, and I really just hope to have more of an input, more of an impact on the decisions that I made with regards to the future of this facility in particular, and the program, the nonprofit overall. The vice president of the agency I work for now, I'm a huge fan of his, and I just really hope to have an opportunity to work closer with him and help him to grow this program to where he envisions and stuff like that. So today is just about I'm just getting caught up. Chart audits. We have to prepare for audit that may be rolling through here sometime this year, of course. So just make sure the files are up to date and have all the things that they need in them. Hopefully, I get to work on some service plans, which are are documents used to highlight where people are and where they want to be, and how use a service plan to document their progress from point A to point B. And sometimes you get setbacks, so you may have to go back to the goal that was created and modify it in some sense. But it's always about meeting people where they are, not setting goals that I think they should achieve, but hopefully they have a goal. If not, then my little motivational interviewing skills comes in, and maybe I can try to help them to accomplish something that they've wanted to accomplish, even if it's something as small as getting a GED or getting a driver's permit, or maybe embarking upon a life of sobriety. That could be something also. But just whatever it is that they feel as though they would like to accomplish with regards to improving the quality of their life, is something that that the service plan is used to kind of like document and move on. So the state always likes to see, or whoever funds, or funders like to see service plans. No one wants to think that people are just using taxpayer money and just not doing anything. So it's nice to kind of like have service plans to show our agencies that we're actually doing some work and really encouraging our tenants, or whatever population of people that we're working with, that we're motivating, encouraging, and empowering them to move forward. So I wish I could show you around the building. I probably would be able to, but of course I can't get any tenants on camera due to HIPAA violations, and I wouldn't want to do that either, breaking anyone's anonymity. But at some point, you know, I may be able to, you know, um, show you more. Maybe if you know about the you know exactly where I live, where I work at, and things of that nature. So, but anyway, I just wanted to touch base with you and share that. I could probably check in again a little later, but hey, thanks for checking in my video. And I'm new to this, as you can probably tell. I'm real green when it comes to this, but we'll see how it plays out and how I can, you know, use this platform as a means to give others an opportunity to see what kind of work I do, and you know, things of that nature. So, but hey, thanks for checking in on me, and I see you soon.